Hello, everybody. What's up? Welcome back to Rewatchers Council Talking Angel. And I'm going to be talking Angel today with somebody who knows Angel inside and out, and I can tell you that because he hasn't even watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for God's sakes, but he's seen Angel. It's Ferris moves on, everybody. Ferris, how you doing?
Yeah, baby, you know what it is. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to my boy David Boreanaz.
Oh, boy. Now,
I didn't know Angel
last,
was a prequel series, sequel series.
yeah, it's still, I think we've you told that to me before we started this whole Rewatchers Council project. Every day I can't sleep at night knowing that that is
Yeah.
the truth. I
Also,
haven't
too,
slept awake in
Rob, you can
2
Rob,
years.
you can add another comment that doesn't
Ooh.
allow you to sleep. Angel's theme song is way better than Buffy's.
I don't. I do like the Angel theme song. We met the band that actually
What
plays
night?
the song in the first. Well, I said we as in viewers of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They played in the first season, I believe. First season or second? Maybe the second season, beginning of the second season of Buffy at the Bronze. That song wasn't as good. This song much better. I like the violins. The violins are a nice touch. Now, enough. Well, this isn't you know, theme song council. It's a rewatchers council, so we
Why
should get
not?
into this.
We should
Oh,
we should make a
good.
theme song. We should make a theme song council.
Yeah, we'll just talk about mash and growing pains and different strokes. Talk about was it the facts of life that
Mm.
Alan Thick writes the theme to the facts of life, and I think different strokes as well. Ridiculous. That Alan Thick, Canadian guy, by the way. I don't think all that, and I don't think he wrote the growing pains theme song. You know what I mean? Now, moving on. Original air date. So we're going to be talking about Room with a View here.
Hmm.
Jane Espenson coming over, by the way.
The way they spelled it was kind of weird.
They did it because it was kind of like how you do it in like want ads, because you only
Oh,
had so many characters and stuff like that.
oh,
So
yeah, okay, all
yeah,
right.
so that's what it was. Yeah, you know, they trying to buy the whole looking for an apartment thing together. Now, the original air date for this one, November 2nd, 99, is the aired directly after the worst episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer ever. So every time you can watch if you're watching these things in order, this episode just seems so much better. But it's a good
Yeah,
episode. This is a very good.
it's a very good episode.
This one written by David Greenwald and of course Jane Espenson. Like I said, she's coming over to help out an Angel for this one. Directed by Scott McGinnis. This is his first time directing here. He'll direct only one more episode of
Mhm.
Angel in his time there. Quick guest star alert for you. We get Beth Grant uh, playing Maud here. Now she's been in Rain Man and No Country for Old Men. Of course, your favorites. They got the CSI, Criminal Minds. She was on The Office. She's been in a ton of things. A
Yes.
ton of things. Barry Sonnenfeld stuff. Now, like I said last time on Buffy, the absolute low point of the series. I think you did, and to say it's the low point of the series means it's not a bad series because it's not the worst thing watching on TV,
No.
but it's maybe the worst thing just has the Buffy name on it. Now, let's do a quick synopsis. We'll do it a little different. We're going to talk about the episode here real quick. Now we can understand that Cordelia, is having problems with her apartment here. Ferris, it's turns out she lives in a dump.
It's oh god, it's so gross. Oh my god, it's so gross, Rob.
I am lucky where I've never seen a cockroach in person, especially
Really?
anything like not live, not like in the wild. You know what I
Oh.
mean? I've never seen anything like that like just happen. I don't know
Mm.
what I do. That'd be like ugh. Not you know what? It's not for me. So she's finally had enough at that dump. She needs to get a new place. So first of all, she's gonna go over to Angel's place. Just makes herself at home there. Takes over as Cordelia Chase, you would imagine, would. This makes making Doyle a little jealous because he creepily still has that that thing for an 18-year-old girl who now Doyle is half demon. Sure how old Doyle is supposed to be.
Hmm.
I would say this: you should be old enough to know better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Old enough to know better. And so, okay, so Cordy's over at Angel's place. You're buddies, okay? You guys are friends and stuff like that. You're a lady that's a friend of yours, especially if she's a kid. You're just gonna walk around in your underwear when she's there.
No.
That
Tying that rope up.
Yeah, look,
Tighten
come
it
on,
up. Tighten
Angel,
it up.
come on,
Tighten it up. Okay.
Angel, come on. Also, it was
No.
fun that Cordelia tried to blame the peanut butter eating on him,
On the guy who doesn't eat.
a man who cannot eat. So one of she did try and get a hold of Doyle first of all, but he's had to. He turns out he has trouble. How would we ever suspect that Doyle has a problem with uh, paying people back that he owes money to?
Yes.
Yeah. What a shocking revelation this is. The real shocking part, though, is that they send the tough guy to go get the money. His name is Griff.
Tried to griff.
Griff. Like, yeah.
Like Biff.
Everybody shudder at the name Griff. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
I would
eventually,
have been like, is that short for something?
yeah, Griffin. His name
Yeah.
is Griffin.
Yeah. Like, is that short for something?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Griffin. Now, uh, Doyle said, "Well, we can get you a place." He knows a guy. He always seems to know a guy. This
He
time
always
he
knows a
knows a
guy.
guy because they start looking at other apartments. Of course, everyone's a sleaze bag. Then there's the cult for some reason.
Hmm.
Had a curtain around stuff that she could use, but he gets a place, and she thinks this is the greatest place she's ever seen. It has a fireplace. It has no cockroaches littering everything. It's absolutely perfect. We find out it's also rent controlled. We find out even though she's only has the one rental that she's skipping out on, she can she can didn't have to have a reference for this place either. They just write up the rental stuff. It's a little different
Hmm.
these days. It's not as easy to get a place as a basically unemployed person in Los Angeles, I would imagine these days. I don't care how rent controlled this place is. I'm imagining it's still quite expensive. Everything's working out, Cordy. Everything's going to be great. Nothing wrong with this place at all until the things like a face starts poking out of this wall that she wants to bring down. Almost automatically says she wants to bring this wall down. Then we see the face kind of pop out of it, and of course, nothing can just go right for Cordelia. Then Angel gets involved with the money laundering or the money guy or whatever. Griffin's asking Doyle, like, "Hey, what's up with this?" Turns out, not all the ghosts are friendly in Los Angeles either, because things start happening to Cordelia. She's having things raised like the bed. She's had
Hmm.
wind whipping around. She escapes back to the place. She doesn't want to tell anybody because she loves this place so much.
It's a great place.
After a day,
She's right. I love it.
the, it looks like it's a basement place, so it's going to stay a little cooler on those
Mhm.
hot California nights, if you know what I mean. Maybe
Yeah,
there's air conditioning. I don't know if there is. I
absolutely.
wouldn't think there. I wouldn't think there was, but it could very well could have been. So she goes back to the office. Angel's off dealing with Griffin. Threatening to beat him up unless they can compromise. And Griffin says he's not going to kill Doyle for whatever reason. But Cordelia gets a call at the office from Angel to head back to the place. But turns out the ghost of the place, Maud, has somehow been able to mimic Angel's voice and figure out how to get a hold of her at the office as well.
Hmm.
All right. And I'm sure they had to, the internet. I guess you can use the internet. Uh, a ghost from 1946. Now, uh, they Angel's also gone on to Kate to try and see if anything's been going on with this apartment because, of course, they've been over there, tried to get Cordelia out, but to no avail. She's stubborn. It turns out Cordelia Chase.
Yes.
So he's like, has there ever been any murders here and stuff like that? And there's been only that's because he said there's been nothing for murders except for this lady died of a heart attack and her son disappeared. He says, "What about suicides?" He
Mm-hmm.
starts talking about it because there are some. He was wanting to say some demons that guys murders and suicides, but he remembers he's talking to Kate, who doesn't know his little secret yet, Ferris, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So they look. Oh, there's been some suicides at this place, so he knows. Oh no, this has been a violent death somehow or whatever, and that's why there's ghosts. Cordy goes back to the place, and somehow Maud has given her shit. Basically, Maud is thinking for some reason that Cordelia is her son Dennis's ex girlfriend or current girlfriend. How she's not enough, and she's
Mm-hmm.
always needling her about things that would get to Cordy about how she's just a small town tramp and she's not good enough, and all
Loser.
these all the doubts that Cordelia chases has since she's come to LA. She's been harping on. She seems to hit every button for Cordelia. Cordelia isn't being herself. She's crying a
Oh.
lot. She seems scared. What's the matter with you?
Oh, okay. You left and you came back.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right. So yeah, she's been, crying. She's scared.
Yes.
This lady says, "Well, you know what you got to do. The the ceiling, the light in the ceiling drops a wire down and just makes a loop and then goes on to her and then pulls up.
Yes.
She could easily breathe from this, right? Like
Yeah, because
she could easily breathe from
yeah,
this.
because it's just like her
It's not
neck.
constricting. That's just
Yeah, it's
lifting her
not
up by
a
the
it's
chin.
yeah, it's not a noose.
She's talking while it's happening.
Yes,
How did she pass out from this? From boredom. She probably passed out from boredom, if
maybe.
you ask me. But luckily, doesn't matter because Angel and Doyle have figured all this out that she went back because they heard the message somehow. The ghost, the message while they were talking. This is back. This is old tech fairs when you can just have
Mhm.
the answering machines. It wasn't just on your phone. They get there just in time to gently push Cordy off of this uh, half noose that she was in, and then more trouble starts because here comes Griffin and his buddies. His buddies' names are probably like Todd
And
and
James.
Paul.
Yeah.
But
Ringo.
they're all packing. They're demons packing heat.
Yes.
They've all brought guns for some reason.
Why do they
So
need guns? They're demons. Like, what's going on here?
exactly
Why do you need a
like
gun? Just
yeah
stab him with your
like
face.
a vampire should
Yeah.
come with like a
If like a vampire had like a
machine gun, like a
yeah,
machine gun.
like what if Angel carried like an assault rifle?
He's got a car. He's
Yeah,
got
he
a
got a
car. It's got
car.
like
He got a car.
he's got a shotgun in the back or something
Shotgun.
like
You know
that.
what? He should
Yeah,
carry a shotgun. Well, you know what?
he's
Blade has a bunch
Batman
of
in the
guns.
movie.
Blade has a
Yeah,
bunch of guns. So yeah.
he's the daywalker. He's daywalker.
Yeah.
It's a different
He's
thing.
the
It's a different
daywalker.
thing. Yeah, I don't think he's there to drink their blood.
Yeah, no,
You know
yeah,
what
he's
I
there to
mean?
kill him.
He's just there. He's just there to spill him. He's
Yeah.
just there to spill it. For goodness sakes, Ferris. Now,
Shit, I may
so these
I may have
guys,
to watch. I can't wait to watch Blade 2 for
yeah,
our
Blade
MCU
3, the
rewatch.
Blade Trinity or whatever, you can just
Now we don't talk about
you
that,
don't
Rob.
need it.
Let's not bring that up.
We don't, you know what? We don't need it. Now,
Mhm.
oh yeah, and what is the rewatchers cancel MCU weekends right here on the
Saturdays.
Let's Get Ready Network.
Hmm.
Iron Man 2 coming up here.
Yes.
Iron Man 2 will be coming. So these guys are put back and eat. They're pointing. Now it's fight time. So these guys find one guy takes a shot. Cordelia's been pushed over into the bedroom by
Hmm.
Maud, but like invisible Maud for some reason.
Hmm.
Guy shoots one of the tiles by the fireplace. She gets mad at him, but she's back in the bedroom going on about Cordy about you know all the small town stuff. She's been ridiculous, Cordy, crying. Then Maud calls Cordy a bitch,
And then all hell breaks loose.
and things change. She
You
says no,
can you
she's
can
not so.
call you can call me a loser. You can
Yeah,
say I don't dress very good. You can
Yep.
call me a tramp,
Yep.
but no means I am a no means a bitch. You watch your
Well,
mouth.
I've called you many things even worse. She
Yeah.
says she could. She's not a sniveling little cry Buffy,
Hmm.
Paris. Not anymore.
Exactly.
So she's had it. The bitch is back for Cordelia. She's finally back to being Cordy. That will move. You know what I mean? Uh, Angel just breaks Griff's neck at one point here. They get finally clear they were trying to do this spell. They finally do enough where they get Maud out of this place. So they think. She keeps disappearing. But Cordy goes out to or to meet up with Angel and Doyle, and their eyes glaze over.
Hmm.
And that wall she kept pointing out, had to go. She grabs what was it, a lamp or something like that, starts
Like a
breaking down the
stand.
wall.
I think it was like a coat rack.
Right. Starts breaking down the wall with that somehow. Not only just the plaster that's over it, but somehow she's strong enough with that lamppost as a human being to
She was
break
possessed.
down the bricks as well. So we got to see a little flashback here of Maud walling up her son Dennis
Hmm.
inside the apartment, and he's just taking it. It's just bricks and mortar. Why wouldn't he
I got a
just
question.
push this over?
How did he get his mom to tie him up?
Yep. Yep.
How did she like
Because
did
he
she
took
like
because
did
he
she like
took away.
put him to sleep?
Stand still. So time up so don't move while I take
Hmm.
this long, arduous job of bricking in the wall first.
Hmm. He could
Ridiculous.
have
Ridiculous.
he could
So
have
let's get this.
he could have shoulder
Dennis
checked
was
the
a good son.
wall.
Exactly. But he's a good son. He was told to, not do anything. He's trying to see him whining and crying in there and stuff like that. They
Hmm.
did like the one part of that thing so much. You see him looking up or whatever, exasperated. Instead of breaking down the wall, did they use that in title credits throughout the run of the entire show?
Hmm.
But after this, you see Maud sees Dennis's decayed corpse in the
Hmm.
wall. She finally explodes, goes away for good.
And he kills her again.
He never did kill her, even though that's what Angel and stuff like that thought. But of course, it was Maud killing her
Hmm.
this entire time. So we get to see later on Angel talking to Doyle
So
about having to hear his life story at
you know
some
what's
point.
hilarious, Rob? You know what's hilarious
Yeah,
about this, right? Is that he's talking to the blonde lady. I forgot her name.
Kate.
Kate. He's talking to Kate. And he's like, what kind of person would kill someone and make it look like a heart attack when it was just a heart attack?
Yeah, that was it. They kept doing all they could to blame this on the son.
Hmm.
Couldn't have been the sweet old lady who built this place. But now, after that, Cordy had earlier gotten a call from Aura from
What a
Sunnydale.
name.
She's talking to her again. We've met Aura before. Aura was the person who found the first ever body in her locker in the change room at Sunnydale High in the very first episode, Welcome to Hellmouth.
Hmm.
So there you go. That's Aura. We never see them talk to each other ever since. But that's it. That's some reason she was talking to Aura. I guess she couldn't talk to
Was a
really.
she was a
Couldn't
part of the
talk to her.
Cordettes.
Yeah, but you never saw her with the Cordettes. Anyways,
I,
you couldn't
I
add
didn't know they were called
harmony
the
for it.
Cordettes
You didn't they
until
call them?
Until Angel went on this exposition about her name is Aura. She's a part of the Cordettes. They were a group of girls from rich families. I was like, how do you know this? What
They were
is
like the secret Russian police
the
if they were
secret Russian
interested in
police?
shoes. If
If
they
they
are
were,
interested in shoes.
what a great description.
But so we see there Cordelia talking with Aura, and then she says she has like a roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she never gets to see him. And you see the root beer getting moved around, the
Dennis.
television's coming on. Dennis is finally here. So, of all the characters that are introduced on Angel specifically for the show so far, Dennis is by far my favorite. Dennis
Big
is
fan
great.
Dennis.
Yeah, you're not going to see him all the time. Well, you're not going to, you know what I mean when I'm not CC, but he's not going to be around all the time. But yeah, Dennis is great. And I was looking forward to when Cordelia actually gets to move into her real place. So that's it for this episode. Anything you wanted to add on about what's happening here in Room with a View?
No, not really.
There's, yeah, like
We
yeah,
found out.
I,
We
I
found
say,
out. We found out. We found out Doyle's a kind of a deadbeat.
yeah, he's a dead,
Um.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't, he gets things done by favors and stuff like that. It's all about checks and balances. Like he does one thing for another person, but he's starting to do too much for of one thing and not getting enough paid and stuff like that. Doyle is a complicated character. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, as you well know, it's like we won't be he won't be around for. Well, I'm not even going to talk about it, but but it's yeah. There isn't too many episodes that deal with ghosts so far in either series, so it was nice to see
Hmm.
that. I was not a big fan at all of that makeup that they did on Maud. You know what I mean? It looked like almost a high school production of a ghost. Like it would have been funny if you saw a ghost like that on like Beetlejuice or something like that. But yeah, the ghost makeup I wasn't that big of a fan of. I did like some of the other things, like the spirit kind of stuff, like Dennis's spirit when he attacks. I thought that worked out pretty well. I did like I don't know why Cordy was so transfixed on this place or whatever, but I did like she started comparing herself to Angel in that one scene,
Hmm.
and he says, fighting for forgiveness, and he says, no, we both used to live in a mansion. So that was a good part.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a fun episode. Uh, of the Angels series so far in the beginning, one of the probably the most enjoyable, I would imagine. Well, I don't know how
It's
you feel about
it's
that.
back. It's not early 2000s, 90s filler episode.
Yeah,
The filler episode is a lost art now because nowadays most shows are 10 episodes, so you can't have filler. You
there
can't.
there really isn't that true big bad feeling in
Yeah.
Angel, and this was by design. They wanted to go back more to the monster of the week kind of thing. I think this at the end you get to see the Cordelia chase, the Sunnydale version of
Hmm.
Cordelia, not the super nice version that we're getting, the watered down Cordelia. We get it for a brief moment. Of course, things are going to change uh, immensely for Cordelia soon. In this episode, she's going to be completely different from the way she was. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention just quick was that when Cordy's talking to Aura, she's talking about how there's celebrities basically right on top of her. She says that Dave Bamer's brother Steve lives just down the hall.
Hmm.
Steve is a legitimate actor and producer. His brother David, I'm going to say, is instantly recognizable. So I didn't want to write too much stuff down on him, but if you look up after we're done who Dave Bamer is, David Bamer, you'll say, okay, I know who that is, 100%. I thought it was an odd touch. It was an odd thing, an odd person to put down, but I really enjoyed that quite a bit. So that's all we need to know about Room with a View for this week. Now, next time, it's like the entire LA police force starts to get in touch with their innermost feelings here, Ferris. Maybe Angel too, if you know
Maybe.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Sense and Sensitivity is the next episode of Angel. The next time we're back on Rewatchers Cancel Angel Edition. Ferris, thanks so much for joining me on the show. You can let everybody know, please, what you're up to on Let's
Hmm.
Get Ready Network.
Yeah, because this show's pre-taped and it's released today at Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific. I'm on our sports channel right now talking, or whenever you watch it. I was on my sports channel, or whenever.
Eight
We're
years from
talking.
now.
Yes, yes. The NFL schedule. We're talking. Friday, which is today. Whenever you're watching it, I'm also over there as well. And me and Rob are going to be on starting 11 next week. Again, I am the warlock. So shout out to that. I didn't know I got
So
7
much.
correct.
Yeah,
Didn't know.
unreal. You got, yeah. I was horrified.
Yes.
horrified by the.
I think 1 week I went perfect. I think 1 week.
I don't know about that, but I just thought that I'm gaining on you. I said with a couple of weeks left, I've been so bad all year, and then I started getting good.
Rob, you were never gaining on me.
If well, I do have an outside chance. If you
I'm up
lose
20,
every
Robert.
if you
I'm
if
up
you
20.
lose every single match, and I
Okay.
get every single one right, we can tie.
Again?
But knowing how the last couple of weeks where we've tied on that thing, I'll be finished second because that's what it always says. Or if Adelia's there
Mhm.
too, I'll be finished third. That's just how it works. So thanks, buddy. Don't forget MCU Rewatchers Council this weekend. We mentioned that. We got LGRN after Snark this weekend, this Saturday, talking about Andor, the finale of Andor. I've seen the one episode, that first one. Oh boy,
I've hit 8 multiple times.
you are a monster, Mister. I can tell you that.
Match
Uh,
week 17 and match week 21.
I was thinking about just asking people off the street just to
Hmm.
pick 10 winners and seeing if they could beat me on it. They probably have as good a chance because I got 2 right on that whole last one. Yeah, next week we'll be talking more Rewatchers Council with Buffy. A hard episode to watch. Wild at Heart. We got sensitivity here. And I'm gonna have to figure out a time to do playoff beards, and I'll either wallowing in sadness because the Jets may be eliminated as early as this Thursday night as we have recorded it,
Hmm.
or I'll be glowing in greatness because of the tremendous comeback the Jets have made to move on to the conference finals of the NHL. More on that on the Sports Channel, guys. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, listening. See what they used to say, tuning in. Thanks for tuning
Tuning
in.
in. Thank you for tuning
And
in. I love that. I love that phrase. Tuning in.
thanks for tuning in, guys.
TUNE. Tune.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. And we will see all you next week on Rewatchers Council. Until then, bon voyage.
Bonvenue.
There. That means you're welcome.